Welcome to the Explainer. Today we are looking at something literally massive. We're talking about the sheer unprecedented scale of the 2026 FIFA World Cup opening ceremony happening right in the beating heart of Los Angeles. When you've got an event of this magnitude, a global spectacle viewed by hundreds of millions of people simultaneously across entirely different time zones and cultures, well, you don't just need a song, you need an anthem. You need a highly engineered piece of sonic architecture designed to instantly synchronize the heartbeat of an entire stadium. And that is exactly what brings us to the performance text we're analyzing today.
Okay, let's dive into this. Right out of the gate, we get hit with this lyrical hook. It is relentless, it's driving, and it is entirely unapologetic. Yes, I'm goals, 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 goals. You can practically hear the stadium echoing, right? This is the most repetitive, rhythmic part of the track, and it's deliberately placed there to set a massive, high-octane energy level from second one. It absolutely demands your attention. It's not asking for your energy, it's commanding it.
Section 1. The Global 2026 Stage. To truly understand the mechanics of this anthem, we first have to ground ourselves in the context. This isn't just a regular concert. It's the Los Angeles opening ceremony of the single most watched sporting event in the world. The stakes are literally as high as they can possibly get in the entertainment industry. The stage is the entire world. And to command a stage like that, you need immense star power. Notice the specific curation of the artists here: Lisa, Anita, and Rima. We've got a K-pop titan, a Brazilian global pop phenomenon, and an Afrobeats superstar. By combining these three specific genre-defining artists, the organizers didn't just cast a wide net, they strategically fused distinct cultural and musical superpowers to create the ultimate hype anthem. It's a brilliant formula designed to resonate across multiple continents, all at the exact same time. Section 2, redefining the word goals. Let's transition into the core theme of the performance by focusing on what I think is the absolute genius of the song's title and central lyric. Think about the literal FIFA context for a second. In soccer, a goal is the objective, right? It's scoring a point. It's the literal reason the game is played. But then you contrast that with the lyrical context. In modern internet and pop culture slang, being goals means being the ultimate standard of success. Relationship goals, outfit goals, lifestyle goals. The artists are employing this brilliant double entendre here. They're singing about their own personal, untouchable lifestyle goals at an event that is literally defined by scoring soccer goals. It's just a very clever semantic bridge between the sport and pop culture. And they list those lifestyle goals with incredible speed. My body, my fit, my friends, my whip. The sheer volume and velocity of this linguistic repetition is exactly what builds that rhythmic hype. It's a rapid-fire inventory of success. When delivered at that tempo, it creates this driving percussive effect that pushes the momentum of the track forward. You literally can't help but nod your head to it. Section 3. The anatomy of a flex. What we are really talking about here is the fine art of flexing. Modern pop anthems, especially the ones built for massive arenas, rely heavily on this. Flexing is all about the projection of an aura of unbothered, absolute confidence. Categorizing the lyrics actually reveals the dual nature of these braggadocious claims. On one hand, we have the financial flexes, lines like "buy out the club" and "40 band is a drop." Then, on the other hand, we have the physical flexes. They're celebrating themselves from the skin under my clothes down to head to my toes. It's this complete 360-degree assertion of total dominance and self-worth, both in material wealth and pure physical presence. Let's actually isolate one specific number from the text: 40. The lyric is, "40 band is a drop in a bucket." For the context of this explainer, let's treat this specific lyrical flex like a hard data point of massive wealth. To make sure we're all on the exact same page, let's do a super quick slang translation. A whip refers to a car, and when they say 40 bands, they're talking about $40,000. By calling $40,000 a mere drop in a bucket, the text is establishing a scale of wealth that is simply astronomical. It's a highly efficient way to communicate boundless resources in just a handful of syllables. And this brilliantly illustrates the pinnacle of that concept. Read that line. How much it cost? I don't know, it's a lot. This is the ultimate financial flex. It's the bold assertion that you are so incredibly wealthy, so completely far removed from everyday financial constraints, that the very concept of price, or even knowing what constitutes a lot of money, has become entirely meaningless to you. It is a statement of absolute untouchable freedom. Section 4. The squad and the vibe. Now, what's really interesting about this is that an anthem can't just be about isolated individualism. To truly resonate in a stadium, to feel communal, it has to involve the posse or the squad. Think about how the lyrical makeup of that rapid fire chorus breaks down. While my body, my fit, and my whip are highly personal assets, a massive portion of this lyrical focus is dedicated entirely to my friends. The squad is given equal, if not more, weight than physical and material success. We see this further emphasized with the line, "Me and my girls, we got our clothes the way you love it." The inclusion of my girls, along with the earlier mention of my friends, deliberately shifts the focus. It moves the narrative away from a story of solo, isolated success and transforms it into an unstoppable, shared group energy. It invites the audience to view themselves not just as individuals, but as an integral part of a winning collective. And what does that collective do? Well, they celebrate. Shots on shots on shots on shots. Much like the word goals, this highly repetitive phrase perfectly captures the rapid-fire, euphoric party vibe of a global sporting event. It mimics the rhythm of a massive crowd chanting. It is pure, unadulterated celebration distilled down into a single looping phrase. Section 5. Living in the moment. Let's zoom back out for a second here. Beyond the cars, the clothes, and the celebrations, what is the actual macro philosophy of this text? The performers explicitly lay out their worldview in 3 distinct steps. Step 1, live in a moment. Step 2, do what I want. Step 3, worry about nothing. I really want you to let that sink in. In a world full of anxieties and intense pressures, the core philosophy being broadcast to millions of people is one of radical present-mindedness and absolute autonomy. They tie this directly to their self-image. I look so good, I worry about nothing. Now, why is this exact messaging so perfectly engineered for a high-stakes global sporting event like the FIFA World Cup? Because in elite sports, just like an elite pop performance, supreme confidence is everything. Doubt is the enemy of performance. This lyric is the ultimate banishment of that doubt. It is literally the mental armor required to step onto a world stage. So, the crucial point is this. This explainer isn't just a simple analysis of a pop song's lyrics. It's about dissecting a carefully constructed psychological state. When the artists sing "Anybody Know I'm the One," they are modeling a universal psychology of absolute self-belief. They're providing a soundtrack for anyone who needs to borrow that confidence, whether they're stepping onto a soccer pitch, walking into a boardroom, or just heading down the street. We've seen how Lisa, Anita, and Rima use repetition, clever wordplay, and the anatomy of a flex to totally command the world's attention. They have laid out the blueprint for unbothered confidence. The music eventually stops, the ceremony ends, but that psychology, that remains. So I leave you with this final thought to ponder. When the lights are on you, whether it's in a stadium of millions or just in your own daily life, are you ready to be your own goals?